Okay, we'll just wait like maybe one more minute or so.
Are we live right now?
Yes.
Hey.
Don't say anything dumb.
Hey. Mom, I'm on TV.
To everybody in the chat, there is no Zoom link. It is just this live stream. So just tune into this. You'll get all the information you'll need. The Zoom link is just for the people who are facilitating the info session.
Where can people find this link?
The YouTube link. It's the live stream link is on the NOD website.
Yeah. Okay, we'll go ahead and get started. Welcome to Innovative Design's DeCal info session. So hopefully we'll be able to provide you some information about the 3 decals we offer, and we'll also be answering some frequently asked questions in the chat as well. So if you want to go ahead and you can go ahead and like put your questions in the chat, and so our officers will help try to answer and field some of those. We also have some frequently asked questions at the end of the info session as well. So hopefully your question will be answered. And you can also refer back to this live stream after it ends, as well as it will be recorded in case you need to reference anything for your application as well. So we'll go ahead and get started. So a little bit about Innovative Design before we begin. Innovative Design is an on-campus creative agency here at UC Berkeley. Our goal is to provide pro bono, so absolutely free design services, photography services, and web services as well to all ASUC registered organizations and clubs on campus. And we also offer paid services as well to a lot of local businesses and startups in the area. So if you are part of a organization on campus and you're looking to get any sort of work done, whether that be designing a logo, designing merchandise, having your event covered, or even like a website, feel free to reach out to us as well. We are taking design requests and everything in the next coming weeks as well. So check out our website, nod.club, for that in the next few weeks. And what you're probably here for are the 3 decals that we also teach. So these decals center around graphic design and photography. So we're going to go more into detail about those in the upcoming slides. Oh, and one more thing too, if you are looking to apply to our club and you're wishing to hone in your design or photography or web skills, you know, as a daily part of your routine on campus, consider applying to the club as well. The application will come out a week after this, and the info session will also be a week after this. So stay tuned for that as well. Okay, so we'll go ahead and introduce our decals. We have 3 of them. There is Introduction to Photoshop and Illustrator. We have Graphic Design Principles, and we also have Photography Principles as well. It's important to note all classes will be held on Wednesdays, 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. PST. These are for 2 pass, no pass units, so pretty low commitment. And they will also be in person as of right now, but stay tuned. We might offer hybrid if things end up being remote for the rest of the semester as well. So that being said, because all of the decals happen concurrently, you are not able to take more than 1. So you can apply to more than 1, but you'll only be able to attend and accept 1 acceptance. So the first one, Josh is going to go ahead and talk a little bit about Introduction to Photoshop and Illustrator.
Cool. Hi, my name's Josh. So I'll just be going over a little bit, a brief intro to what our Photoshop and Illustrator decal is like. So in this decal, you'll be able to learn beginner to intermediate Adobe Photoshop and Illustrator skills. No, to be a student in this class, no graphic design experience is necessary. As a student in this course, you'll be getting an introduction to graphic design trends and basic theory so that you can build up your skills as a graphic designer without having to know anything at all. Yeah. And so do our instructors want to just introduce themselves real quick? Megan?
Yeah, hi, I'm Megan. I will be teaching one of the intro sections along with Jessica.
Hello, I'm also teaching one of the intro sections with Megan, and I'm Jessica.
Well, hi, I'm Emily. I guess we're not doing year and major, but this is like my 4th semester teaching this DeCal, and I'm really excited. Yeah.
Hi, my name's Josh, but I said that already. I'm a senior studying cognitive science, and this is my 2nd semester teaching the DeCal. Yeah, super excited to meet all of you guys, whether it's online or in person. So yeah.
Hi everyone, I'm Ryan. This is my 3rd time teaching this DeCal. I'm excited to get to know each and every one of you.
Awesome, thank you. And here is some previous classwork from the Introduction to Photoshop and Illustrator DeCal. Okay, cool. All right, so the next one that we offer is graphic design principles, and Margaret and Quan will be going into depth about that as well.
So hello everyone, my name is Margaret. I'll be teaching the single section of graphic design principles, or GDP, along with Quan. And so what graphic design principles allow students to learn is certain design theory topics and just more opportunities to kind of interact with design, really hone in on their design style, and learn about not only kind of like the granular topics of design like typography, color theory, etc., as well as how design is kind of implemented into the real world, such as within branding or UI UX. So I'll pass it off to Quan to talk more.
Yeah, hi, my name is Quan, and I will be teaching the section along with Margaret. And like she said, we'll be covering a variety of concepts while reviewing and advancing some technical knowledge, primarily on Illustrator, but also with Photoshop. And then we'll have in-class demos and also homeworks that kind of aggregate a lot of the concepts and allow you to apply it.
Yeah, we can kind of move on to our self-introductions just so people can get a sense of who we are. Yeah, so as I said before, my name is Margaret. I'm currently a junior studying Cog Sci and business, and I was previously a TA for this class.
Yeah, my name is Quan. I'm a 3rd year studying genetics and plant bio, and this is my 4th semester in NOD, but it'll be the first time I'm teaching GDP.
And then this next slide showcases some of the example student work that we've had in the past.
Awesome, thank you guys. And last but not least, photography principles, and Sarah will talk a little bit more about this.
Hi everyone, I'm Sarah. I teach one of these sections of photography principles. So this course basically covers the basics of photography. So you'll learn things like how to shoot using manual on your camera, and refining composition, and learning post-processing programs like Lightroom and Photoshop. The course includes a lot of photo critiques, studio work, outside work, and taking photos inside the classroom as well. No experience is necessary, but we do encourage that students already have a camera. But you are still welcome to apply if you don't have one, and we'll figure out how to get you one later on. And like I said, I'm Sarah. This is my 2nd semester teaching photography principles, and I'm super excited, so please apply. I'll have Violet maybe introduce herself.
Hi, I'm Violet. I'll be co-teaching the other section with Anush, and I was a TA last semester, and I'm really excited to co-teach this semester.
Hi, I'm Anush. I previously taught
or I previously was a photo team lead, and now I'm teaching the decal with Violet, and I'm excited to meet all of you.
Awesome. And here's some previous work from the photo decal as well. Okay, and then at the end of all 3 of our decals, we offer a showcase at the end. So every student's work throughout the semester gets printed and hung up gallery style. It's basically just to showcase a student's progression throughout the semester. It's really fun. You can invite your friends to come by and see your hard work as well. And you can take your work home at the end of the day. So it's super rewarding as well. Okay, so this is what everyone's probably here for, is the application and information about that. So the application can be found on nod.club/apply, and the deadline will be this Friday. So you'll have 3 or 4 days to finish the application. And if you have any questions that aren't answered within the span of this decal info session, feel free to shoot us an email at nod.decal@gmail.com or DM us on Instagram or Facebook as well. And just to field some of like our frequently asked questions, the first class will be next week, like I said, on Wednesday. So February 2nd will be the first day of class. And something else to note as well is that you don't have to purchase the Adobe programs. We actually do offer them free through UC Berkeley. So the instructions for downloading will look a little different than previous years, but all of those instructions will be given on the first day of class as well. As for the application process, our applications are reviewed holistically. So it doesn't matter if you submit, a couple minutes before or after the application goes live, or a couple minutes after or before it's due. It is in your best interest to take your time and fill out the application as thoughtfully as possible. It is not first come, first serve. We accept historically about 60% of applicants as well. The Illustrator decal, as we know, has 4 sections. So there will be more students accepted to those, whereas GDP or graphic design principles, there's only 1 section. So 30 students will be accepted to those. And keep an eye out for your email on Sunday at the end of the day, as we review applications on Saturday and Sunday. So you'll get your acceptance or your decision by the end of the day, and you'll have until Monday night to accept your position. And then this is more specific towards the photography principles decal. Our camera is essential to ensure maximum benefit from this decal. We do encourage you to have some sort of camera. It doesn't have to be a DSLR as it has been in the past, but a camera that is able to operate manual functions will be beneficial for you. Yeah, these are just some of the questions that we have received in the past, and we'll go ahead and check the chat for any more questions that our officers can answer. Someone asks if attendance is mandatory. Yes, as of this semester, being in person, attendance is mandatory, and the attendance policy will be pretty uniform through the decals. So they will go over that on the first day of class as well. It'll also be on the syllabus. Mikhail asks, will there be a portfolio required for the photography application? No, it is a beginner photography class. So it's actually encouraged that you don't have very much photo experience. If we think you're like maybe too good for the photo decal, we actually might encourage you to apply to the club. For the graphic design principles class, are you guys looking for Photoshop experience specifically for the graphic design or specifically for graphic design, or is other experience in visual arts okay? Can someone from GDP answer that?
Yeah, I think experience with like, excuse me, any art program should be fine. I think for the sake of the demos, we'll mostly be focusing on using Illustrator, but definitely like whatever you want to use, like I think the assignments should be pretty flexible.
Thank you. Okay. Nothing is showing up on the application or on the application as you click the website. Yes, that is because the application comes out after this info session ends. So you can't apply yet. It'll come out like a couple minutes after this info session ends. Lillian asks what the grading scale is like. It's a little bit different for every class. Maybe we can just go through each decal and ask, what does the grading section or scale look like for Illustrator, Intro to Illustrator and Photoshop?
Off the top of my head, and if any other intro decal instructor wants to like chime in, if in case I'm just saying something that's wrong. So there are weekly homework assignments that will be graded, as well as tutorials. And so those are worth like a good chunk of your grade. But I would say the biggest chunk of your grade will come out of one midterm project that will be assigned to you, as well as the final exam. So I would say those are like the two biggest chunks that you will get out of your grade. Basically, the things that count towards your grade will be, one, the homework assignments, two, the tutorials that you will be doing in class, and then lastly, the midterm and final. I hope that helps. And then does anybody from photography principals want to talk a little bit more about that grading scale?
Yeah, ours is about the same, just minus the tutorials. We have 9 weekly homework assignments, so that makes up a large portion of your grade, and then also a midterm project and a final project, and then the remaining points are left for participation.
Yeah, really similar structure for GDP. We have the weekly homework assignments as well as the midterm and also the final with a similar grading scale.
Awesome, thank you guys. Someone asks, if I don't have a camera, can't apply to the photo photography decal?
You can still apply. I think there's a place on the application that just has you like inform us that you don't have a camera. In the past, we've had students who don't have cameras and are willing to buy a camera, and we have a good list of like affordable recommendations for cameras.
Yeah, yeah, to second that, I taught photography principles for 5 semesters as well, and everybody who was able to enroll in the class, we've been able to find other arrangements. So we try to make the class as accessible as possible. So whether that be buying a camera secondhand or even borrowing one, I think UC Berkeley specifically, the PMC offers camera rentals as well. So if you don't have a camera, don't be discouraged, still apply. Okay, any other questions? Are concurrent students less likely to be accepted? I don't think so. I think we actually, the application review process is blind. So we don't actually know anything about like you as a person. So everybody's chance of getting in is purely based off of their answers. Is there a portfolio required for graphic design principles? Quan?
Yeah.
Oh yes, sorry.
No worries.
I think on the application they will have you submit like a portfolio of previous works.
Perfect. Could you guys maybe explain a bit on how to go from the decal to the club? Yeah, so the DeCal basically is a semester-long commitment. So is the club. There have been instances where people have been both in the DeCal and the club, maybe perhaps in different principles, like you're taking the Illustrator DeCal and maybe you're in the photo, I don't know, a photo team or something, but the process is just an application process as well. So obviously the skills that you learn from the DeCal, you can use as your portfolio work going into the club as well. And we also really, really encourage people who have taken our DeCal to apply to the club as well.
Yeah, just want to +1 on that. There's like no like linear route that you can take. Like I know people that like have taken the DeCal first and then joined the club. I personally took the DeCal and joined the club the same semester. So there's a variety of ways that you can get involved with NOD on campus. It honestly doesn't even have to be through the DeCals in the club. We offer a lot of outreach programs that you can participate in, even if you're not a member of the DeCal or the club. So I would just say, stay updated, follow us.
We got another concurrent enrollment question. So same as before, we do the applications blind. So we don't know anything about your enrollment status or your, yeah.
Yeah, just want to piggyback off that too. Like Lillian mentioned, attendance is like highly recommended. It's a 2-unit course, but you'll get the most out of the course if you show up to class. So just keep that in mind.
Is the final exam in person or online? The final exam for all the classes is not an exam, it's a project. So it is
We
a
do
final
not
project.
take tests.
We do not take tests in the DeCal.
No tests, no
tests.
exams.
Okay, anything else? Yes, Jacobs Hall is right by Soda Hall, so North Campus. Anything else? If I have no experience with Illustrator, can I still enroll into the introduction to Illustrator? Of course you can, because that's the whole class. So
If
yes.
you have no Illustrator experience, yeah, you should apply. We will teach you.
All decals are from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. on Wednesday. Do seniors get priority? We do on the application ask if you've applied to this decal before. So that is a consideration, not necessarily seniority, although I think it does ask for your year as well. So year and also perhaps how many times you've applied. We do try to take that into consideration as well. I think that's we'll keep fielding questions, but the info session is over and the application will come out. We allotted 6:30 to 7:30, so the application is scheduled to come out at 7:30. But you guys are free to go if you don't have any more questions. We'll stay for a little bit to answer more questions, but that concludes the info session. Thank you for everyone who was able to make it. Yes. Is it hard to get into the intro decal? No, I don't know the answer to that question. I feel like that.
That's a hard question to answer. I think the best advice I can give you is just like Lillian said, like take your time with the application. We are reading like hundreds of applications like in the span of one weekend. So best advice is that I can give you is like give answers that like you think will make you stand out, because we're literally just sitting in a room like and reading these like for an entire day. And yeah, like I think, yeah, just try your best. I know that's like probably a little unhelpful, but yeah, we have for the intro decal, there are 4 sections. So obviously the probability of you getting into the intro decal is a bit higher than the other decals. But yeah, we do offer, if you're like an undergrad that's not graduating this semester, we do offer this decal every semester. So if by chance you do not get in this semester, you can always take it another semester. And this is not the only opportunity for you to, you know, pursue a design education with NOD. We do offer, like I said, outreach programs and like events that are open to all Berkeley students that don't have to be in the decal or the club. And so to learn more about those, follow us.
All right, thanks, Josh. If you guys have any more questions, feel free to field them to the email as well. It's nod.decal@gmail.com, and the slides will also be posted as a link on the Airtable, or the Airtable application, so you can always refer back to those for any information. Yeah, all questions will be answered, so if you have any hesitations, just email us. I will answer them for you. Okay, I think with that, we will end the live stream. Thank you, everyone.